Uh, yep, I'll check the messages when I'm finished. Yep. And so, yep, Nick, what was your, you put your hand up? I think.
Yeah, I did. Is it okay if I ask a question real quick?
Yeah, of course, please.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say, like, I've been using your stuff for like a year now, and it's been pretty good. I got a class of 12, and like there've been in that class of 12, you know, you probably had 4 of them that just wouldn't come out of their shell and wouldn't participate no matter what. And this brought them out to where they're really just the repetition, sheer repetition, and eventually works on them. So that's great.
Great.
So thank you for that. I'm just wondering, are these videos like of you, are they on your site or anything? Like all of them? Do you take a lot of videos of like each of your lessons?
I do. And it in the lesson plans, there's the if you open the lesson plans on your device, if you look in the section, the class, sorry, the lesson structure section, any of those that's blue, that's a link to a live lesson demonstrating that.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I should have told you that.
Well, it's all, I mean, the thing I'm having trouble with is like, when I watch it, I get a lot of, hints just from watching your example lessons, but then I'm trying to replicate that with my teachers. Right.
Yeah.
And so it's tougher for me to, show them, especially when I'm teaching myself. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I look for it in the lesson plans.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. So
okay.
So if you tell them to open the lesson plans on their device, then they can just click that link and they can see they can see a video like the one that I just did.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Lesson plans. Yep.
All right.
They can see that. I'm happy to there may be some that are missing, and if anybody's been has been with me for a while, they know that I take requests, but B, all those requests make me so busy that I forget some of the requests. So there may be some things that are missing. So please feel free to help me and remind me anytime. And I'm so happy to share all the stuff that I've got. Yeah, Adam.
Yeah, I'm guessing that those videos are also, you've got permission from all of the students. So we're if we want to show them to parents, that's okay as well, to say this is the program that we're going to be using and all that.
What we do is we have a form on our sign up sheet, and they say they have to say we give you permission to use our videos.
Those are safe.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll let you know if sometimes there's like a real superstar student who's like an NG student, and it just I'm like, I want to show you to the world, my friend. But
yeah, I know that one.
So I do take videos, but I keep them in my little special stock that doesn't get out. I just
got to be careful.
Show it careful. Yeah, you show it in person or whatever. But in the end, I had one mom, I only teach 1 day a week. And so she really wanted to join my day, and her kid was a superstar. And I was like, she was a big NG. And I said, sorry, we take videos on my days to help people with their training and everything like that. So sorry about that.
I've done that.
Okay. Yeah. She's like, it's okay. Videos are fine now.
Yeah. I've had that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So thanks everyone. I hope that was helpful and useful. One thing that I obviously neither Adam or I were able to get through all of the content that we wanted to talk about today. It's just a huge topic and it's so deep. So if anybody's interested in another one of these at some point, maybe when things calm down or not, we're happy to share and that kind of stuff. But my point that before that was that it's like we do once a month, or we did before Corona, we would do once a month parents watching days. And that seems like a pressure, but once you get decent at this kind of teaching, it just blows parents out of the water. They're just blown away, like that their kids can get, that lesson that I just showed you, that was like the second time the kids had ever seen that stuff and done that stuff. And they've got the talking flashcards at home. Those parents are, they're really diligent, so they're doing well. So yes, it's not just me, it's the parents working as a team with me. But we would do the parents watching days, and especially for once the parents stay beyond kindergarten, they come less. And once they're in grade 3 or 4, they just stop coming. So it's not going to be a constant thing. But at the beginning, the first 3 or 4 years when they're with you, if there's a way that you could, and I can help you with this. Like we have special sort of scripts and that kind of stuff, which are like, the real good ones that you can build up towards, and then plan a parents watching day so that you can showcase that, like those things in that thing. And that really just the parents were just blown away. And that kind of stuff really helps to spread the word. So I just started my new schools, just for information. I had an issue with my previous partner. We had over 500 students in my last schools with I had a Japanese partner, but he started getting, like, I don't know if it was Alzheimer's or something, but he was just like not remembering very important financial decisions that he made. And so in fear of my everything, I sold my part of the business to him, and I started over. So I did that. I started over 5 years ago, and so we've just now this last month we broke 200. Woo! So it's like it's definitely, there's something to it. There's something to it. So we'd like to share that with you guys. And I have a theory after, we've opened, with my previous company, and now we've opened schools where we got, our best was 112 students in 4 months, but the average was like 70, 60, when we opened schools. And so we, I've been working with Adam on a kind of the idea of a stage 1 school shifting into like a stage 2 school. So stage 1 would be single owner type school, where you build up to about 150 students. And then once you get to that level, you start to want to branch out a bit more. Your kids get so good that it's hard for other kids to sort of start to join those levels. But having the stage 1 is a very flexible with mixed levels but high quality education. So we're working on just a little model, a business model that we can sort of share with anybody who's interested. But anyways, blah blah blah, talking for hours. Adam, you want anything to add to that?
No, I mean, I'm happy to chat if anyone has questions, or just kind of open it up and have like a more of a normal conversation. But probably a lot of people are feeling like a bit guilty to leave now. But it has been 2.5 hours. So if anyone wants to leave now, go for it. And I would love to do another one of these. I didn't get through very much in mine, which is always frustrating. But anyways, yeah, I'd love to share more.
Awesome. So let's call it a day then, and then we can pick it up in the if people have any questions or anything we can ask it in the group, or just message us, because I think everybody might want to get on to their Sundays.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jared.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really enjoyed both of them. Would really love to talk more to everybody. I have a lot to say.
Oh, we would love to hear from you. Yeah, it was honestly, a bit quiet today. It was quite tricky for me to get going with that story thing. I was like, no one's answering. What do I do? But yeah, yeah. You did make good goat sounds.
Thank you.
Yeah. But,
I'm good at animal sounds.
How about we give you like a minute or 2 minutes? Go.
Oh, me,
Yeah.
things to say. And then completely forgot what I was going to say. But but I use both of your materials. I started with I know one thing I want to say. I started with Scott Crow stuff of about 2.5 years ago, and I'd initially seen it about 3 or 4 years ago, and I had no idea how to use it. I looked at the books; they looked really exciting, but it was just too scary to even try. So I'm not quite sure how I took that step. I think I was forced to because I was doing new nursery schools. And it was the only thing I could really come up with that really worked for me. So, but yeah, I'm not sure. That was a real hard part for me to get into it. How am I supposed to use this material? So I do really rely on your videos a lot, as Nick was saying. He wanted to see that. And I just like, well, I don't really copy you because I'm really different. I'm not as funny and good at stuff as you are, but I really need that a lot. And for Adam's stuff, also, I originally saw it in EnglishBooks.com. I was like, wow, that's so cool looking. But I didn't really understand what it was. And it took me several months again. Maybe just a slow learner, I don't know. So anyway, those are some of those things that I wanted to tell you, that it might be harder for us as just teachers who have not made our own materials to figure out that this is actually quite doable and quite useful.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate, Rebecca, your openness to try things. I'd say with a lot of people that I talk to, they think, oh, that's interesting. But, when it comes to, Monday time to teach or whatever, it's just easier to kind of do what's comfortable. So that is certainly a hurdle to kind of spreading this kind of approach to teaching, for sure.
Yeah. Almost unilaterally, I'll get messages, and it almost always it's the same. Someone will say, "Hi, I saw your seminar 3 years ago, and now I finally got the courage to try it." It's almost every time. So I have to figure something out. I have to figure something out to get over that.
Yeah,
I think that it really is, for me so far. I mean, we're only really getting rolling. I've been at this as long as Scott, but the schools that are starting to use it now are, generally speaking, the ones where teachers have been feeling for a while like there's got to be more to it, and that's exactly kind of what got me going down the path of making materials as well, and just reading about teaching and language learning and that. I just thought, no, I don't think drilling kids on basic grammar patterns and lexical sets is where it's at. There's got to be more. And then when you do get kind of going down that road, it just becomes so much more interesting. It really reinvigorates teaching for you, right?
Yes. Oh, so much fun. I'm having so much fun. And the parents, they are excited. They look at me and they go, wow. Like, yeah, I'm a good teacher, huh? But actually, it's really not the teaching. It's just the materials that I'm using.
Don't sell yourself short. No, it takes some serious skills to make it work as well. Absolutely.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. I really appreciate both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you too. Jared?
Hi. So I wanted to kind of piggyback off of what Rebecca was saying. It was, it's difficult to, want to use these materials for yourself when you're trying to make a decision. And it's even harder when your goal is to have other people teach it because you're making a decision on them. And both my teachers are here right now, so they're both listening. But it's quite a challenge to, as much as I understand it, and I don't even understand it 100%, and then taking my, let's say 50%, and then trying to give that information to somebody else and have them do it effectively, it's going to get cut down again to like maybe 25% of it. And then it never works out quite the same as what, we're hoping comes out of the lessons. And I guess my question would be, how do we convey that information better to people that are not ourselves who maybe haven't seen presentations, who maybe haven't taught it for a long period? How do you get somebody who's maybe only jumping into the classroom for the first time, or maybe only after a year or two of experience doing completely different stuff, and say, here's a new way to do this, here's a new way to teach this? How do you get them to do it effectively, or how do you get them to understand it so that they can approach it effectively?
So we have made, so I made an online course now that that you can test out if you want. And it's basically like, starts from, it's just like the training that the basic sort of training that you need to get started on that. And I think the first point is, though, like, 50% of this is still, 50% higher than just rote bashing away of flashcards. So that's one important point, is like that we need to understand that even though it is less, it's still more. So that's the good news. And then the attempt to fix that issue is, we came up with this online course. So what we can do is, if anybody's interested, we can set you guys up with accounts there, and then you can, like, we need feedback, right? Because I actually made these incredibly detailed lesson plans. The first iteration of the lesson plans, they were so long, so much detail, and my teachers just didn't read them. So I was like, well, I have to make something that they read first, and then have like a level up for that later. So this would be the same with the online course. What is the minimum viable volume that a person can reasonably enjoy going through to get them started? And then at what frequency would they need to kind of come back once because you got to kind of get some experience, right? You learn the basics, give it a try, and then you start to care. Hey, wait a second, why can't I do that? And then level 2 of the training, and then they get that, and then they're like, oh, that's how I go. Oh, yeah. And so it's like, so I need help with that, because I'm when I'm too close to it, like it's so hard to for me to understand what people need at what steps of the thing. And Adam is I'm going to be talking to Adam about this too, and I'm sure you have stuff to say about that. Yeah, I think Adam and I are now working a lot closer. And Adam, like, I have experience. I have 25 years of experience of just every single lesson trying to get better for 25 years. So I have that under my belt, and Adam has theory, and he's just so knowledgeable, and he just really knows what he's doing. So we're I think we're sort of helping each other a lot with he sees some of the things that I've done. He's like, oh man, you did that, ooh, love it. And then
that online course drives me nuts. I just wish I'd done that. That's such a huge job. I can't believe you've done that. It's amazing.
Yeah. But, yeah, so we'll be working closer to sort of get story-based teaching out there, because it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun.
If I were to just jump in with a little bit on that, I think I'm not a huge fan of doing things online, as maybe you could tell today. I'm not sure. But I do. We've been talking about doing some kind of joint training sessions and stuff like that. And I'd really love to get around more and kind of help out with that. I think the other thing that's really big and this is an idea that just came to mind now, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. One of the biggest parts of training for me is more the observations and feedback. So if that's something that can be done through video quite well. So if anyone was interested in getting that would actually be really helpful as a learning curve for myself as well, to see classes with our materials at other schools, and be able to kind of give feedback on that and understand when you don't have the training and the support that's at our school, what do the lessons end up looking like? And I don't think that they need to be the same. And I think this is something that Rebecca kind of mentioned. She does. Yeah. She's not Scott. She does it in her own way, and that's how it should be. I think everybody who gets our materials, they'll look through the plan and they'll get some ideas and go, "Oh, that makes sense to me." and do that, but then they might do other things differently. And I have seen classes where I'm like, that's not how we planned it, but that's actually even better. So yeah.
That was very helpful. Thank you. Scott, if I could just ask you one more question about that online thing. So you've sent us links to that before, and I think Jamie went through some of it before. Jamie, if I could just ask, how far did you get through that?
Well, it was a while back now, I think about a year or year and a half ago. And yeah, I think I watched pretty much, or at least 70% of the videos, but I'd have to go back and watch them again.
So Scott, how has it changed much since you sent it to us last time? Have you added more to it? Is there more part of it? Because at that time, there wasn't much in the Magic Pad department of that training. Do you have anything on that front? Because I think, well, right now, just to backtrack a little bit, Jamie's been handling all of our kindergarten lessons. And if you watch any of them, the kids are they're talking the whole time. So the kids are doing really well. They're shouting out the whole time. Parents are really happy. So our kindergarten lessons are going great. Magic Pad, Jack is on the call right now as well. And Jack's been doing most of the Magic Pad lessons, and he's new to it. He hasn't done Magic House. So it's quite a challenge to flesh out all the deeper stuff. You know, we're getting the surface level, and the kids are doing well. They got the reading, they're doing, but that really deep, like using the story and using all that stuff is really, really hard when you don't have that other experience. And, so I guess something for that department would be great. Is there anything like that in the training, or is watching the training going to help with that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Corona, it's, my memory is I have no sense of timeline anymore with Corona, but I do believe that I've added, so we have the set of core games for Magic House. And so then I redid a set of videos of core games for the Magic Pad series. And I've been recording all my lessons for the Magic Pad series. So that would probably be the biggest help, is to just to get those, because we did those links in the lesson plan. There aren't many, if there are some. And so that would be a big help, I think, is to just see it.
I would absolutely love to watch some of the Magic Pad lessons.
Yeah. But the biggest advice is that all of the tools have a language attached to it. So like the watches, the in-class watches, that one, they have a time, and the times are specially designed. They're graded phonetically. So there's 6, 10 is the CVCs. Then there's the 9, 5, it's the Magic E. And then there's the 7 is the longer, Sonomama Yomeru Yatsu. And and then there's 2 codes. So there's the color, and then there's the animal. So the watches have a color and an animal. So then the watch person, the person giving out the watches, they say, "Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Bye. Have a good day." So as an example, the watch, those watches have a target language associated with them. So that one kid gets the watches, and they ask the other kids, which one do you want? Do you want the watch? Yes, please. Okay, which one do you want? This one, please. Oh, this one. Why? Oh, because I like dogs, or because I like blue. So there's a choice there. And so it's getting them to say, obviously they're going to be using the word because that's what it's sort of there in there, but it's kind of a more natural way of talking about what you like in the context of other language. So all of the things, there's a lot of those little things built in there where the language is associated with a flashcard or an object, and those can be given away. Now, the second thing that I'm working on now is I'm putting little tiny like little scripts in the corners of the flashcards. And so I don't know when you printed them off or whatever, but that's what I'm working on now, so that you can actually look at the flashcard and see, this is the target language for this one, or what have you. So that would probably help out as well. but definitely the I'll look at the training and see when the updates have been made, and then I'm just really trying to get those videos edited so that I can get them in your hands. But it's yep, you know me, just taking requests every day. Yeah, but anyway, I am taking videos of the lessons so that you can see it being done.
All right, thanks.
Sorry, just about the videos. They're very informative. I know it's probably difficult, but if you can add different camera angles, obviously that takes more than one video set up at a time. But at the moment, you just have the one camera angle, so sometimes it's hard to get a visual on what you're doing from the front.
What I'm doing, right?
Kids are saying. Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah. What would you prefer? Like, if I had to choose, would you prefer the camera on me or the kids?
Well, if you could swap between two different camera angles, obviously it's gonna cause you more time editing, but that would be very helpful.
Yeah, okay. Definitely.
Actually, I think all you need to do is spend a bunch of money like Eric did to have multiple cameras that you can switch with a button. I think he has one of those now. You can just hit a button and it switches the camera in the middle of the lesson. Come on,
wow.
Scott.
That's cool.
Pick it up. Yeah.
More requests.
Cool. Yeah, more requests. Super. But yeah, we can definitely chat about that and get on it real quick and make sure. Yep. I'm trying not to.
All right, perhaps we can leave it there then. Yep. So thanks a lot for coming, everybody, and hopefully we'll do something again soon. I guess we'll leave that page, the Facebook page, open, and when something comes up, we'll plug something in there again in the next, who knows when.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
See you all. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.